in Austin on the 40 acres. On campus grounds, we gather round. Discussing goals and dreams and life's adventures. The Texas Longhorns, they the talk of the town. High castles of the 40 acres, where we dive deep into the game day stories. From touchdowns to heartbreakers, we discuss it all. Texas Longhorns glory. There, we gather around each Thursday night, talking sports, it's so alright. From football to basketball, baseball to softball, Tim Wayne and Harry, we cover it all. Sports talk is our passion, our delight. Thursday night at 8:30, we unite. We discuss the scores, the plays, the teams who might. Let's dive into the game, let's ignite.
12 conference champions.
Oh, wait. Oh, here we are. My bad. What's up, guys? Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast. Live here on YouTube, live here on Twitter, and you guys here on the TikToks. Hello, what's up? We are here as you guys come into the streams, or not into the streams, Take your shoes off, get comfortable, tap the screen here live on TikTok, like the show on YouTube. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. Of course, my name is Harish. It's my guy Tim Wayne. And Tim Wayne, I'm back in my office, back in my element. I can yell, I can shout, I can scream, I can do whatever I want, man. So how are you doing? Oh, you're on mute, Tim.
You put me on mute, but I am I'm good, ready for the holidays for sure to roll around. This will be a special holiday for me.
Okay.
Ready for that and ready to see what the weekend brings with Texas versus Arkansas.
Or maybe what it won't bring. I don't know. We'll talk on it. Listen, there's a lot going on the 40 acres. Obviously, what happened in Athens, and we did a great show on Sunday, right? Talking all about it. You guys can go find that in the archives. TikTok, folks. I don't know if you guys can find old lives. I'm still learning the talks of the tick, and I just don't know yet. But we'll figure that out together. But hey, you guys can go to our YouTube channel. Go like, go comment, go subscribe, do all the good things there, and you'll be able to find our live show from, I believe that is Sunday that we did right after the game. So go there, find us there, and be able to like the show and do all the fun stuff there. Tim?
Yes, sir.
We've got a lot to talk about, my friend.
Yeah.
I do want to wrap up what happened in Athens, the disaster in Athens, as we called it on Friday. On Sunday, or that happened on Saturday. We talked about it Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about the rumor mill, because the rumor mill was flowing really hot for the last couple weeks.
Yes.
And Sark was not particularly happy about it.
Right.
And finally, the law that you have probably been waiting for, more specifically, has finally been laid down. And as we're in regards to Steve Sarkisian's future with the Longhorns, and we will talk about that. And there are a couple of things I just want to slightly mention around the 40. Yeah. Vic Schaefer's on a heater right now. He commits a huge commit in the 2026 class, a 5-star guard, just to continue to heat up. Texas women look really good. I think we might have some shooters on this team. And the Texas men look good. We finally have a big man that can score some points. Yeah. We have a guy that can shoot some threes. So we're making progress here. So listen, we're going to talk about all of that. It's not just about Texas football. We are the Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast. We cover everything: football, basketball, baseball, softball, right? Obviously defending national champs, volleyball, SEC title or SEC tournaments going on right now. I think Texas plays Sunday. So we'll be keeping a close eye on it. All the good stuff, right? There's so much to cover, and we'll cover all of it. But first, as always, before we get to all the good stuff, fanbattlesports.com, where you can get the latest and greatest from the AFC South, including the Colts, the Texans, the Titans, the Jaguars, who put a beat down on the Chargers this weekend. And then the Texans are in a dogfight with the Bills right now. I think the Texans had just scored when I jumped on here, so that's cool, I guess. I mean, I need the Texans to keep winning. Colts got a big one on the Chiefs Sunday, and then the Titans. You know what? They suck, so nobody cares what they're doing. FanBattleSports.com. Of course, follow us on the YouTube Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast. Join us in on the TikTok Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast. Give us a follow if you guys are in here. We'd really appreciate it. Tap the screen, do all the fun
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
And of course, for both of you guys, follow us on Twitter at LH Fan Battle. All right, Tin. Obviously, we talked about this 35-10 in Athens. We had an extensive show
Mm-hmm.
on Sunday. We broke this down. So I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just want to kind of like wrap this up and want to look forward to the future. And I've made a couple of statements online, not on Twitter, just kind of like my thoughts about where we are right now. And
Mm-hmm.
really, Tim, where I'm at is I don't really care about the college football playoff anymore. I don't care where we stand. Texas dropped to 17, which is exactly where I thought they would fall. I think I
Mm-hmm.
commented on it on Sunday, and I was spot on. 17 is about where it is where they fell, right? But my vision really right now and the outlook for the rest of the season is finish the season strong, hence the title of the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get from a Steve Sarkisian's point of view, get better reps from this offense and find some way with Anthony Hill now out this week potentially, right? He was actually listed as questionable on the injury report. Let me see if there's a new injury report that came out because we'll kind of see where he is. Questionable is very interesting. My guess is that he's going to be listed out by the time the game starts. If he does indeed have a broken bone, and as of an hour ago, Anthony Hill is still listed questionable for this weekend, which is very interesting. But as you look 10 toes down into just a review of any final thoughts from the Georgia game that you want to kind of bring up that you like thought about since then.
Um, again, Texas, you got out physical, you got out coached, and that's just it. That's what it all boils down to. Every part of the, out on top of the actual penalties itself, like you had opportunities to really show up. You had opportunities to put the ball in the end zone. You didn't. The receivers decided that they didn't want to catch that day, and that really put us in a bind. And um, the defense could do only so much. We knew that they were holding. We saw it. Um, the refs weren't giving Texas any real breaks other than a pass interference again. You have 9 penalties for over 50 yards. Georgia only has 1 penalty for pass interference. I think that was a 15-yard penalty. So you literally have to do everything that you can to try to win that game, and by not catching the ball, by being confused on the back end with the defensive backs, not communicating effectively, put yourself in a real situation to win. And you're in Athens, Georgia. You had an opportunity to really shock the world. Well, not even really shock the world, but just to showcase your skills, and you didn't. So that's really it. You got some hell of opponents the next 2 weeks. You're gonna have to do this again. This is the only way that you can finish the way out. Even if you, and again, we know what these last 2 weeks could be. These last 2 weeks could be pure pandemonium. You take care of business, possibility. I doubt it, but it's a possibility that you get into a playoff, depending on who loses and where they lose. But that's slim to none, basically, with the loss to Georgia. Even if you would have lost close, I think you would have had a better opportunity. My attitude would be a lot better if you would have, um, if you would have had, lost in a close fashion, but you didn't. You let Georgia put 21 points on you in the fourth quarter.
That's just what it is, right? And Cornbread Fred basically says Arch Manning is not that bad. He
No, he's
really
not.
is. He
Arch
is
played
a
a
really good QB.
Arch played a great game that Saturday.
I thought Arch.
But your 5-star players did
Yep.
not produce the way that they should have.
Well, and that's kind of like the story of the season, right? Like, listen, there was an entire drive Arch had, right? Where, and we talked about it Sunday. There was an entire drive where Arch had. I think it was right before the second drive of the game,
Mm-hmm.
right? It started with the drop on third down by Ryan Wingo on the first drive. That should have actually been whether it was a touchdown or not, I don't know, but it would have gotten you to like the 3-yard line, right? Finally, Arch puts the ball on the money on the 5-yard drag route. The drag route, I call it the drag route from hell, right?
Yeah.
Because we haven't been able to hit it all year, whether it's Arch overthrowing it, Arch throwing it too far, Arch not being able to catch it, or the wide receivers not being able to catch it, whatever. Arch puts the money on a dime, exactly where he needs to put it, and he's not able to. Houston Texans fan says, "Go Horns, go Texas, welcome Horns." But I hope the Texans lose as a Colts fan because I just need that to happen. But anyway, this Arch and wide receiving core had not meshed all year,
Mm-hmm.
and I think really there's two things that there's one thing I'm surprised about, and I think some of it is because just kind of like how wide receivers have come back and been healthy. Number one, I'm shocked we haven't used Parker Livingstone in any kind of in any kind of fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since really week 4, and we haven't found ways to get him the ball. Two, I just don't know. Do you remember 2 years ago, Sark had this obsession with CJ Baxter?
Yeah.
He has that same obsession with Ryan Wingo this year. Did you remember? Dude, do you remember we used to come in here a couple years ago and be like, man, why did we give it to CJ Baxter on 4th and 8?
Well, so here's the thing: the years that I wanted CJ Baxter to get the ball, he was injured. Let's
Fair.
not forget that he had, he messed up his ACL, unfortunately, and I would say he's really just now looking normal, but Texas has not been able to put the ball in his gut to give him an opportunity to run. And so yeah, now he's he's got Ryan Wingo. And listen, it's not about bashing Ryan Wingo. We know what Ryan Wingo can do. We know he's a special talent. It's about getting him the opportunity to showcase his talent. But in order to showcase your talent, you have to meet your quarterback halfway, and that's catching the ball.
Yeah. Hey, Teresa, glad you can find us. I know you're under your husband's account this week, but we're glad you can find us. No, I completely agree. And again, the other post I put up this week was here's a list of positional coaches that should be on the hot seat this year, or like be heavily evaluated. And Tim, I don't know if you saw this post that I posted, but I want you to be honest with me here about this list.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. Nope. We talked about that. Not a good look. Okay. I have basically 4 to 5 guys, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and Cornbread Fred, A&M always talks smack. They know that we're their daddy, right? They just like Georgia's our daddy, we're A&M's daddy, we're also OU's daddy. OU is Alabama's daddy. We've got the great circle of SEC life going on here, and it's great. Like, we get it, right? So until A&M can actually score a point on us, I don't really care what their fan base thinks. But number 1 on my list, Tim, Dwayne Aquino and Mike Orphy. I love Dwayne Aquino, man. This secondary has regressed this year.
Yeah.
And guys that I thought were going to increase, right? Or not increase, get better or develop, have in my mind gotten worse.
Yeah,
Jalen Gilbo was god awful. Jalen Gilbo, like I just don't like he regressed in my opinion. And this was a big year. Like this, I thought Jalen Gilbo was going to have a Jade Barron type year, where I thought he was going to develop and he was going to take that step,
yeah, he is not.
and he has not. Right?
Last year
Kobe Bryant has
he
not
looked
even.
like a world beater last year.
He looked lost on Saturday.
Yeah,
Michael Tapp, for all the guts and glory that Michael Tapp is to this defense, to be an All-American safety and to make the mistake that he did on that second touchdown, it's unacceptable. It has nothing to do with being injured. It has nothing to do with anything, right? You flat out missed your own assignment that you called.
yeah,
That makes no sense to me. And to come out after the game and says, "Oh well, we just it was a close game. We just beat ourselves." No, dude, you were bad the entire game.
yeah.
And look, I love Michael Tabb, man. I was really gung ho for him to come back.
I'm a Michael Taft guy.
I am too, and I thought he was going to have an interception. Him and Jelani McDonald. We were like, what did we say last week? We think the back end of this defense is going to play much better because those two guys are great communicators.
Right.
They were horrible, man. They were both bad.
Yep.
They were both bad. And it's just not acceptable, right?
And what
Dwayne and Keenan Mike Orphy are the top of them.
what we need to give credit to is we need to give credit to that Georgia staff and in what they did. They schemed up a game plan. We knew what they were going to do. We knew that they were going to line up. They were going to give you multiple tight end sets. We knew that they were going to try to run the ball, which
Yep.
they really weren't effective until the second half. But that's when the doors blew off in the second half. So at that point, none of the first half doesn't really matter because you couldn't close out in the second half, and you put yourself in a situation where you had an opportunity to really close it out again. Missed throws, or not missed throws, missed catches really set this game apart and put you in a situation where you had to depend on your defense, and the defense wasn't that great that game. So there it is. I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
But I would argue that because of the first half mishaps, you missed an opportunity to put Georgia in a hole.
Yeah.
What you need, which is what you needed. You came out and you gave Georgia the 3 points, right, on their first possession. You needed to go and score. Oh, no, you had the ball first, which is exactly what we. Oh, snap, we get the ball first. You drive down the field.
Tried to establish an identity, try to establish a run.
And Arch was excellent, right? He was excellent on that first drive.
Drop passes.
Ryan Wingo dropping that football on that third down in the red zone. I told you on Thursday of last week's show. I was like, hey, I'll know by the first or second drive pretty much how this.
Yep.
And it went exactly that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dropped passes on the first drive, you don't finish, you get 3. The offense struggled the rest of the game for the most part. We want to blame Arch. It's not Arch's fault. This game. I'll tell you this: Arch played an A+ game in my opinion.
I think he did well. And
the only reason why I say A+ is I'm not going to fault Arch for having to play desperation at the end of this game, because guess what? Arch made this game 14-10.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't see the ball one more time until it was 28-10. So guess what? The defense failed Arch, special teams failed Arch, and coaching failed Arch.
Yeah.
And now you're down 28-10, 6 minutes to go, by the way. You need 3 possessions.
Yeah.
And then you screw up and the fan base is like, oh, look at Arch, he sucks. What do you want him to do?
Wasn't Arch.
What do you want him to do?
Wasn't Arch.
You cannot. He's still a first-year starter. In
that game in particular, even with the pick that he threw, you cannot blame that on him. Can't do it.
That pick was interesting though, right? I mean, it was
The wide receiver gets thrown off the route. They don't call the flag. It's clearly holding, and they
oh
don't.
yeah, that one. That
Yeah,
but I do think Arch kind of threw that like a 120-mile-an-hour fastball. Like he put some plays on that ball. Like
yeah, he did. Yeah, he was Arch was in a zone,
yeah,
and the rest of the offense was not.
for sure. As you guys come in the TikTok, please like the show. I'd really appreciate it. We would really appreciate it. Just giving our final thoughts on Georgia. And you know what? At this point, Tim, I don't even care anymore. It is what it is. So Teresa, thank you for showing that. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. Anything else you want to do to wrap up that game?
No, let's move on because this is going to be an interesting matchup.
We've got another problem this week, so we'll worry about that. All
Yeah.
right, Tim. What did this do to Texas's playoff picture? Actually, you know what? I'm going to save this for the end.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Sark rumors. Right? We'll talk about the rumor mill. I posted a video earlier on TikTok, and I posted what Anwar Richardson said. Steve's, and you know what? This actually happened on a Wednesday press conference, not the normal Thursday press conference, which is interesting. And it was labeled as an SEC press conference, which is really strange. I haven't seen this all year.
Yeah.
But it was an SEC teleconference. Wasn't for regards to a spirited, blah, blah, blah. But basically, Steve Sarkisian, as reported by Anwar Richardson, basically said maybe for some of the pundits out there that don't cover me and cover our program on a regular basis, so they can understand that they can't just take their trash out and have a thought. Hey, I think that Texas is going to have a head coach opening. I don't know. Think about something else when you're taking out the trash. Is a quote that he had. He also then went on to say, and this is probably the most famous of the quotes. Basically, something along the lines of here. I'm finding the quote right now, so give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
He basically says, "I'd like to comment on something before I get onto our team," and this is how he starts. Right, I went back and watched the presser, and this is how he started.
Mm-hmm.
Something that has been bothering me now for over the past few weeks, and that is people reporting or insinuating that there's a possibility I could leave the University of Texas, and that is absolutely false and untrue. I'm not going anywhere, which is what we wanted to hear. I never do this because I never want to be a distraction, so I never address these things. Which goes back to why he hasn't said anything, because he never felt like he had to say anything, but until he actually had to say something, right? Let's see. But at this point now, I feel like it is important that I do this because it's support for our team, it's support for our university. I've had no discussions, not with my agent, not with the university, nor with any other school, not with any NFL team about ever going anywhere else. I came to win championships. I came here to win championships. And basically he goes on to say, I have kids here, like, we're starting a family here. I have a newborn, blah, 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 blah. He then goes on to say, if you have questions about my future, call me or call Chris Del Tonte, our athletic director, and we can set the record straight for you, right? And basically says, and this is what I thought was funny, when some Joe Blow decides to put something on social media out there, we all don't run like it's the gospel. At first, I thought he was talking about Desmond Howard, but he actually is talking about the original report that this came from, right?
Diana Rossini.
Yeah, and Beware, what's up, man? Beware, how you doing, man? I haven't talked to you in a while, but I hope you're doing well.
Beware, my guy.
And he basically says Sark won't leave unless it's a deal he can't refuse. Even then, Texas has the funds to match it. There is this aspect of it, right? And Georgia Dogs on TikTok, GG, man. Hey, it is what it is. But I think the thing that Texas fans are not realizing, it's not just about the NFL team matching the funds. Sark just signed an extension.
Yeah, he signed it in February.
So basically, if Sark gets out of this contract, he owes the University of Texas money, right? And so he's essentially having to give this money back. And to me, at that point, for Sark, it's a business decision. Is it worth I don't know what he would have to pay the University of Texas. I think it was like, I don't know if this is true. I think it's like 20 mil.
Mm.
But if it is something like that, and I am Joe Blow in this situation, so don't go putting this out on the internet. I am Joe Blow. I literally am the definition of Joe Blow. At that point, now you're messing with your personal funds, right? It's not like, oh, some booster is going to pay that for you, or like
Right, right, right.
that's coming out of your own pocket. So it doesn't make sense that he goes anywhere. Like it just doesn't make any sense because he's going to have to cost his own money, right? Um, so essentially, he puts that out. He puts the my in my opinion, he puts the nail in the coffin. But I want to hear from you because you and I haven't really spoken about this. A couple weeks ago, you told me when Sark addressed it through his agency. That doesn't mean anything, right? Like any coach. Like hearing this now from Sark, are you more believed that he isn't going anywhere, or are you still concerned that he could still Nick Saban us?
He could Nick Saban it. He could Brian Kelly it. He could Matt Rule it. There's a number of coaches that have vehemently put their foot down and said that they were not going to leave. I personally am not. I don't care because
Okay,
until I see him next season as the University of Texas head coach,
it's always gonna be on your mind.
it's too much noise. It'd be one thing if it was maybe a report here or there.
Yeah,
Was Diana Rossini wrong for releasing that? It was not in good taste
yeah,
that she released that right before a football game. I thought that was real nasty of her to do that. Uh, but I don't believe coaches anymore. I just don't like until I see you on the sidelines, I don't believe you. Now,
yeah.
I think he's saying that to save face. Do I
Sure.
think he's going to leave? I don't know. I don't know because I'm still focused on what you have within the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Because what you have within the next 2 weeks is two rivalry games.
For sure.
And it's an opportunity for you to ruin someone else's year and make it
Yeah,
difficult for them to get into a college football playoff, or um, you can lay down and go hit the golf course and do what you want over the Christmas break. You'll get a decent bowl game, I guess, and that'll be that. And most of your guys will sit out, and that'll be that. Um, and so again, this whole Sark thing, it is nasty. I think is nasty. And from what Sark has been saying, within his last couple of weeks, I don't have any faith in him right now. Until I see something different, I don't have any faith in him. I don't have any faith in his defensive coach. I don't have any faith in his coaching staff. I don't have any faith in anyone within his team. Like I said last Thursday, or excuse me, last Saturday, you need to get up for the teams that are not rivals, and you have failed to do that.
yeah.
Okay,
These are the teams you have to beat to win a national title.
you have to because, like you said as well on Saturday, regardless if you beat your rivals or not, you're still going to have to face a Georgia. You're
Do you
still going
ever,
to have to face a Tennessee or Oregon or Ohio State or an Alabama. You're still going to have to face these guys. So no matter how well you get up to play Arkansas or how well you get up to play Oklahoma and A&M, none of it is going to matter if you don't get up to play the whole season.
yeah,
So um, right now, whatever Sark has to say, I don't care. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Just comments going off here in the TikTok here, real quick, Tim. I'm not gonna say the name, but basically, this gentleman said Sark ain't going anywhere. Sark ain't leaving until Arch is gone. Tim, I know you've got your reservations about like what Sark says, and I think that's just like PTSD or just the nature of the business these days. And I completely agree. And I think there's a couple of things that go into that. And Beware, what would Beware is saying on Twitter is exactly that, right? College guys are leaving to go to the league because of college free agency. The transfer portal is 100%
Yeah.
a factor to that, right? But I personally don't think Sark is leaving. Not I don't even think Sark leaves after Arch. I think Sark isn't leaving until after Diabella. There, like to me, it says something that we haven't signed a QB in the 28 or 29 class. Because guess what? Sark in 24 signed who? He signed a quarterback for the 24, 25, 26 class.
Mm-hmm.
Why haven't we seen any 28, 29 guys yet? I think that's why I think Sark would make a move 3 years from now. Like by 2030, I don't expect Steve Sarkisian to be here, right? But he goes on to say it's only been reported here or there. Look, man, like when Diana Rossini, whatever you think of Diana Rossini, she's known in the reporting game, right?
Yeah, she's got a lot of credibility.
A lot of
Hate her or
credibility,
love her.
whether it's good, bad, or ugly, right? She's got a lot of credibility, and she's big, right? Now, you can say that about Desmond Howard taking the trash out, but one thing I will tell you about Desmond Howard taking the trash out is Sark and Desmond Howard run the same agency. They have the same agent. So even that, like you can think about, it's not like coincidental, right? Like he didn't just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go take out the trash and make a video and say X, Y, and Z, right?
But to be
NFL head
fair,
coaches,
to be fair, both of those reports from Diana Rossini and Desmond Howard, both very interesting on how they were put out there.
yeah,
They weren't. I don't feel like these were planned. These were just like, oh, I got this information. I'm gonna break your
put it
phone.
out, yeah,
So they got that information out there. Diana Rossini again, right before a football game, tweets this information out.
yeah,
Hey, he's gonna leave for an NFL head coaching job, and we've been blessed by Coach Ware to kind of give us the game on how these things work with him being, with him being in the college game and letting us know how the coaching carousel works on a personal level, and how, a lot of these guys, they will pack up, players and coaches within the same. And there's a lot of intricacies between that. And what we need to also take into consideration is that once these coaches get these offers, this isn't something that happens overnight.
right.
They A lot of these owners and agencies and things like that, conglomerates, whatever, will reach out and make these offers. And if he gets turned, he might turn it down once. They might say, okay, cool, we're gonna chill out, let you do your thing, let you focus back on the season, and then they might come back after a loss and say, hey, this is what's on the table. This offer is still on the table. We've sweetened the pot. So
Cater the
that's,
table.
to me, that's why I don't believe anything that Sark is saying right now. Until I see him as the University of head coach next year on the sideline, game one, to me, it's up in the air. It's a toss up. It's a 50-50 chance.
It could still
Um,
happen, right? Like again, we could get Saban in all this, and it could still happen. Gator said something interesting. He said that somebody at KXAN sports anchor that he heard
who?
Sark's wife,
Sark's wife said what?
that he was leaving. Again, I mean, hey, I mean, we don't really know.
Listen, okay,
Uh,
we can't even talk about L'Oreal Sarkis. Let's just move on. There,
Yeah,
we know too much. That we do know about a lot about the intricacies of that. We can move on.
there's
That
yeah. I mean,
that is something very telling behind that.
we'll see what happens at the end of the season,
We'll
right?
see. We'll see. Yeah,
And,
but
yeah,
that you see why that I don't have any faith that Stark is not going
sure.
to leave. There it
Yeah.
is. There it is. Right there.
Well, let me go fix this real quick, and we'll talk about Arkansas. We'll talk about Texas. We'll just take a quick view and look at the current college football playoff. We'll get out of here. So, Tim, Texas, Arkansas, Saturday, 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time Arkansas comes to Austin since 2008. It's
It's been a
been,
long time.
17 years since
Yep.
Arkansas has come to Texas.
Yep.
And that game was a beatdown, an epic beatdown of epic proportions, 52-10. Texas, of course, that was the magical year of Colt McCoy. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the first of his second year, right? The first year Colt McCoy was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, but as we head into this year's matchup, obviously two very different teams, two very different times.
Mm-hmm.
One team is 2-8. Another team in the conference. Another team is now 7-2 in conference. I don't know what Texas' record is in conference. I'll be honest with you. I totally forgot. Um, but high level, what? How are you feeling about this matchup this week?
I don't feel good about it at all. Let me be completely
Oh,
clear about it. Let me
yeah,
just kind of go over a couple things here. I'm gonna stat you to death. I'm gonna stat the audience to death. So just give me a couple seconds here as I kind of go over this here. I just want to kind of rattle off some stuff to you. 41 to 35, 56 to 13, 34 to 31, 42. I'm sorry, 45 to 42, 33 to 24, 38 to 35, 23 to 22. Do you know who that is?
yeah.
That's
That's
all of the
Arkansas.
opponent. That's all of the opponents that Arkansas have played this year. Uh, by the way, 41 to 35. That was a loss to Ole Miss. Ole
Yep.
Miss is a good team. Um, 55 to 56 to 13. That was against Notre Dame. Notre Dame is probably going to be in a playoff if they don't do anything dumb over the next couple of weeks here. 50, I'm sorry, 34 to 31. That was Tennessee. They lost 45 to 42 to A&M. They lost 33 to 24 to Auburn. They lost 38 to 35 against Mississippi State. And they also lost 23 to 22 against LSU. These are these are tough opponents.
Tough.
Regardless of what you think about their record, Arkansas is not a team that you want to gloss over. Arkansas has a top ranked offense. Arkansas has a top ranked rushing attack. Arkansas has a top ranked pass attack. And they are one of those teams that if they were to stay together, possibly hit some stuff in the portal, they have an opportunity to really, really bolster their offense and defense if they're able to pick up some players in the portal. Maybe pick up some light recruiting, get some guys in there that really want to play and contribute right away. Some playmakers. You're in trouble. I say all of that to say this: the way that Texas is going to basically be, to me, be limping in this game, because I still think that they could possibly still be licking their wounds and overlooking Arkansas to get to A&M to try to exert their dominance again in a rivalry game. I think there's a big possibility that they could overlook Arkansas, thinking that they like, oh well, Arkansas's lost however many in a row. We're not really worried about them. We need to focus on A&M. You
Yeah.
can't do that this week because this Arkansas team, which I have watched multiple times, they are not weak. They are not. They are physical. They like to run the ball. They have playmakers at linebacker. They have playmakers at wide receiver and quarterback. That is not something that you want to take again lightly. I personally do not think that Texas is going to be blowing these guys out.
No,
I
no,
do
no.
not. I do not see Texas coming in here putting up a 52 burger like Colt McCoy did in his first year. I just don't see that. Texas historically has had issues um, with Arkansas as well.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, when that rivalry got renewed, and Texas came back to the SEC or came to the SEC, Texas walked into the Arkansas stadium and got their doors blown off of them because they weren't prepared, because they weren't playing physical. And this team, to me, has not shown any physicality.
Yeah,
Even with the wins that they have over Georgia, even with the win, I mean, not the wins they have over Georgia, even with the wins that they have over Oklahoma, even with the win, the narrow loss to Ohio State, they lack physicality. I do not see a dog on the offense, and you can only do so much on defense
yeah,
before you get tired,
sure.
before you're liable to make a mistake. So my confidence with Texas is not high. It is very low. And it will continue to be low because Texas continues to only get up for rivalry games. And I just don't think that they're going to get up for this game.
Well, the good thing about Texas is that they do only get up for rivalry games, right? Um, and this is a rivalry game. To your
Hmm.
point, though, Arkansas, while their linebacker play might be good, that's an awful defense. Like we think our defense is bad. That defense is bad. It's just bad, right? Now, has it improved over the
But
weeks?
but they do have players. Yes, they're
No,
all,
no, for
the
sure,
defense is terrible.
absolutely,
The defense is terrible, but they have playmakers on that defense that can do something if indeed the game is close. And I
sure.
do believe this will be a close game.
Yeah, I do too. But yeah, to your point, we'll see what Anthony Hill's status is. But let's just say Anthony Hill plays, right? He's playing essentially with the broken bone. Is
Yeah, he's gonna have a club. He'll
probably
be
playing
fine.
with the club,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that can impact his ability to tackle.
Hmm.
It can impact his ability to catch the ball. Like he had a great interception last week,
Yeah, he is fantastic.
phenomenal interception, and he's really improved as a pass coverage as a backer in pass coverage.
Hmm.
Um, and we'll see, right? And look, Colin Simmons last week was kind of neutralized. He wasn't as effective as we would have, but he was also neutralized by penalties, right? Like
Right.
we talked a lot last week about how you're not going to get the calls in Athens, right? Like we knew that going into the game. I
Yep.
would not be surprised in a rivalry game if you'll see a lot of the same thing this, especially with a Arkansas team that is downhill and they run the ball a lot. You're
Hmm.
not going to get a lot of these like holding calls. Like it's just not going to happen, right? So you can't think about that, right?
Right.
Texas defensively, I think is going to struggle this week, and I think Arkansas is going to probably put up a lot of points. And so you're kind of walking yourself into a situation to where two things have to happen. Number one, in Texas, which has not been good this year, can they be situationally good? Right? You were not situationally good last week. The
Right.
defense was good, but they
Right.
were not situationally good, right?
Right.
Like that fourth down in the fourth quarter, where really all you needed to do is not jump off sides. Who
Not
jumps off
jump off
sides?
sides. Jump off sides.
Your potential All American defensive end jumps off sides, right?
Yep.
Is Colin Simmons an All American player? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he is. Does he make the All American list? I don't know, but he's definitely going to be in the conversation, right? Um, and is Texas Michael Taft? We bring that up again, right? Like, is
Yep.
Michael Taft going to make the right play or make the right read or make the right whatever call to make sure that we're not blowing coverages on the back end with two veteran safeties, right? Um, and Texas is going to have to. Really, these rivalry games come down to how situationally good and how disciplined are you. Texas is not a very disciplined football team,
No.
right? The
No.
penalties. Texas ranks 135 at 136 in penalties this year,
That's terrible.
right? And as much as we want to talk about, oh, and we'll talk. Actually, I don't even want to bring that up. You know what? I'll wait until our final segment, right? Um, that has cost Texas a couple of football games this year being
Yep.
situationally bad. You can say including the Georgia game because that game, if you're not situationally bad, you probably don't get it to a point where it becomes 30, right? It was 14-10 for most of that fourth quarter until Texas became situationally bad. And it was 14-3 because Texas was situationally bad, right?
Yep.
So I think that's what this is going to come down to is what did this team this week? And I heard that Sark had a really good press conference today, so I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I'll listen to it tonight. But I heard he had a really good press conference today, and we're in a Texas content creator group chat, and there are a lot of guys in there were like, "Dang, Texas is, they sound good this week. Sark sounded good today." I
He
don't know.
sounded good last week. He sounded good when he played against Florida. I don't. None of that matters now. Your
Yeah.
team is what it is.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
for sure.
like you, yeah,
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I'm just telling you what I hear, man. Just telling you what I hear. In this scenario, I'm just the voice. I'm
hmm,
just the message.
yeah, I get it.
Don't shoot the messenger, man. Don't shoot
Yeah.
the messenger. I'm
No,
just um, but but when you bring that all together, it's still really difficult to think that this team can pull out
yeah,
even against us, right? I think it's gonna rely on the same things we talk about every week. How's the offensive line gonna play?
hmm,
How is this team going to be in situational in certain situations? And and what player or players are going to step up to the plate knowing that one of your leaders is not? This is the big thing. Who in that linebacking core is going to step up knowing that A, Anthony Hill might not play, or B, Anthony Hill could be severely limited?
yeah,
And in my opinion, if there's not a linebacker that will be able that does step up this weekend, it's going to be a long
yeah,
because this is a high powered Arkansas offense. This isn't just a good Arkansas offense. This Arkansas offense is elite. It is one of the best in the country, and they would like nothing but to deliver the final strike to Texas this season. And they're going to come in here ready to do that. We get up for rivalry games. Trust me, Arkansas is ready to put BTA to us and knock us out for a final
yep.
strike. So is there a player that you think is going to that's going to step up this week?
No,
Oh, okay. No X factors. Who needs to step up?
the wide receiver core.
Oh, perfect. Listen, catch the dang football, man. I agree.
I mean, it's that simple. It's very. It's. I hate that we're talking about this the second to last game. It's the real catch the ball, run the routes. You,
Use your
you,
hands, not your
yeah,
chest.
don't tug on the wide receiver. I mean, don't tug on the defensive back. Don't turn him around. Don't block him in the back. Don't like this is but this is where we're at. So
Oh, also special teams atrocious.
the one thing the one thing that has been somewhat special is special teams, and they blew it out they
That's a great return. Remember that really good
they
return
had a
that
41-yard return.
when it was 14-3 when it was 7-3
Yeah,
maybe. I
yeah,
can't remember when that return. I'll go check. It was early in the game.
yeah.
It was early in the game. I remember that. Yeah, and just even then, it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What is this football team doing? But anyway, I digress. But yeah, wide receiving core needs to step up. They need to be able to do something. Completely agree. Um, for me, it's the secondary.
Secondary. I feel that. Yeah, yeah.
You guys are missing a good NFL game. I'll be honest with you, Teresa. I don't care what the Texans do. I just don't. I just don't care
I
about
just want James Cook to score. That's all I care about.
I just want
As
to
long
win.
as he's scoring, as long as he's doing something, I could care less.
We'll be wrapping up soon, so I'll go catch the end of it. At the end of the day, if the Texans lose today and the Colts win on Sunday, great for us, right? I think,
Yep.
and Teresa, you would agree with me as well, being a Colts fan. So, um, but yeah, I think we're about to wrap up here anyway soon.
Yeah.
But for me, yeah, it's just about what can you do, and that's just the name of the show, right? Finishing the season strong. What can you do to salvage the season? And what I'm looking for is the DBs to play better, and the wide receivers to play better.
Yeah.
Really, the two things they're winning 20-16. Oh, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, that's a close game. Um, the two things that hurt us really the most last week are the two things that we need to go well.
Yeah.
Um, and but yeah, I mean, with that being said, do you have a prediction?
Uh, I'm gonna give it to Texas. I'm gonna give it to them 28-24. I just don't see them coming in and doing what they doing what they should have done to a number of other teams earlier this season, and that's putting down bad teams. So I think that they again with that Arkansas offense, I see them keeping it relatively close, and
Okay.
so do I think do I think they have enough talent? I think this is more of the talent situation. I think the talent shows. Um, Texas has a lot more talent than Arkansas, and I think the talent gets them the win, um, and not necessarily the coaching or the scheming of the game. And
Yeah.
listen, I know I know I'm being real critical and been a big Debbie Downer about Sark within his last month or so, but I feel like just as much as I praise him, like he is due for
He's due for a good one, right? He's
yeah.
got to
He but like as much as I give him praise, I should be able to criticize him just as much.
for
Uh,
sure.
you
Listen,
know,
we have an expectation as a fan base, and that expectation is making the playoff.
and listen, I also want to say like I don't think that he's a bad coach. I
No,
just think that what he's been given and the opportunities that he has been given with this Texas team this year has been subpar.
yeah, no. I agree with
And that's what's frustrating because we've seen him do more with less.
you. Dude, remember that team that went 8-5?
Yeah,
That team, that team like is is not as talented as this team,
yeah, but they
right?
played harder.
And they played harder, and they were in a lot of games. That team
Mhm.
was just young and didn't know how to finish.
Yeah,
But this team is young and doesn't really know how to do anything really well right now.
that's the confusion.
And when you have a team that can't do anything well versus a team that just can't finish, and that's why you made the jump from 8-5 to 10-1 or 10 and whatever.
Yeah,
We finished 13-2 that next
yeah,
year, right?
13-2, something around there. Yeah,
That's the reason why, because they learned from their mistakes. Quinn was young; he learned from his. I think Arch is going to learn, right? I think Ryan Wingo's going to learn, but is he going to learn enough to be the number one guy? I don't know. I don't know. This tight end room is god awful, and I want to go back and just touch on that post I was talking about. Um, and this tight end room is god awful. They haven't done anything all year. Tight end room sucks. It's just terrible. It's
it
bad
hasn't been effective since.
ever.
Yeah,
And it's been bad all year. It's
yeah,
been horrible all year.
yeah,
But listen, I'll. It's not even about giving Texas the benefit of the doubt. As good as that Arkansas offense is, that Arkansas defense might be worse.
yeah. They're ranked in the hundreds when it comes to
Everything.
passing, defense, all of that. I think it'll be
Yeah,
they're not good defensively, but they do have some players there that I am going to be watching because
yeah,
these guys have played close almost all year.
yeah. Yeah, they played games
You
close.
got to give them and you got to give them credit for that. So I'm not going to sit up here and say, "Oh, Texas is going to dog walk these guys." They've been in two overtime games back to back.
Yeah. This is the just real quick side note. This is the reason why I'm not worried about anybody telling me that the Buffalo Bills are Super Bowl contender. And this is the reason why, because that defense is bad. Speaking of bad defenses, and they try to make Josh Allen do anything, it just doesn't work. Josh
That's
Allen has to. Josh
insane.
Allen has to be.
Jeez. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, Josh
That's
Allen
not,
has to be Andrew Luck for them to win.
yeah,
It's not gonna happen.
you're wasting the best years of your quarterback's life.
He's in the prime of his career, man. He shouldn't be dealing with this. But anyway, back to Texas. I have Texas winning 28-24.
That's exactly what I had.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, 27-24. There you go. I got 27-24. But I just don't think that. And Family Divided says, I'm hoping the Longhorns don't overlook Arkansas because of the win last record. 100%. They shouldn't, right? And I appreciate the likes on the live. I just do not think this Texas offense has shown me enough.
That's
And
fair.
just appreciate the
No,
line.
they haven't. They haven't. They have not. They
And
have
and
not run the.
I
They
do
have
not.
not run the ball consistently. They
Yeah.
have not passed the ball consistently. The
Yep.
wide receivers have not been consistent. Nobody has been consistent. It has been an inconsistent year. The one thing that we had hung our hats on was the defense. Well, the defense can't win you every single ball game,
As
and
we've
if
seen.
they do, that shows a lot about your offense, right? So I just want them to not overlook anything, and I want to see some type of physicality. I want to
You
see somebody get hit. I want to see everybody flying to the ball. I want to see people not getting beat deep. I want to see I That's what I want to see. I want to see the communication between the linebackers be good. I want to see the communication between DBs be good. I want to see that defensive line get pressure on that offensive line. That's what I want to see.
yeah,
So it's not an X factor. It's a group effort that I'm looking for that I have not seen from all three phases all year long.
yeah.
Uh, so that's why I am the way I am about this team.
Yeah, Justin in the TikTok chat, more optimistic than we are. We're basically negative Nancy's in Justin's eyes. He has Texas winning out and making the playoffs. He says that he thinks enough chaos can happen in the next.
Listen, if Texas makes the playoff, I will gladly take
Oh
any,
yeah, you take it.
I'll take anything that you guys got. You can call me whatever you want. I don't care. If they make the playoff,
All,
please,
all bets are all bets are
all
off,
bets are
right?
off.
All
Please
bets
feel
are
free
off.
to call me the dumbest person on the planet. I don't care. If it happens, now I'll tell you right now, if Texas somehow squeaks into the playoff, I don't see them winning past the first round. Even with even with them beating A&M, don't see it.
Let's just say
Because then that means Texas is going to have to play on the road.
they've
And
been a terrible road team all year, right?
there
They've
it
been an
is right there. They're going to have to play
awful
on the
road.
road.
Yeah,
I don't want that. I don't want that at all. They
yeah,
struggled, like I said, they struggled against a Kentucky team, although very good, very talented. They struggled against a Kentucky team, and they also struggled uh, against who else did they play that they ran into where they had two
Mississippi
back.
State. We
Yeah,
struggled against the
yeah,
two worst teams in the entire.
yeah,
We struggled against the two worst teams in the entire conference,
yep.
and we marked it up as, oh well,
And it's
on the road is hard.
inexperience and yeah,
It's so stupid. Like, sorry, like that. That's sorry. Gotta stop doing that. Like,
yeah,
dude, we had to go to overtime to Mississippi State and Kentucky. Like, what
yeah,
are we talking about,
yeah, yeah.
right? An Army Slacker says Texas Tech would beat them by 30. Army Slacker, I think Texas Tech is the exact opposite of Texas. They've got or the exact opposite of who's that? Arkansas. They've got an awesome defense. I think Texas Tech's offense is terrible.
It's not the same. It's definitely not the air
But
raid.
they're winning. Yeah,
We're not used to seeing that, huh?
they're winning because I just don't think the Big 12 is
They're winning because they do have talent. They have talent. They got the talent, but they lost to an Arkansas team or not an Arkansas team, an Arizona State team that it's not good.
bad.
They
It's just
lost
bad.
they lost real bad. And I think Texas is way more talented than Arizona State. And so, even with this being having 3 losses in a year, I don't see Texas just getting dog walked by.
I don't think Texas gets dog walked by
Yeah,
Texas.
I don't think they get dog walked by Texas Tech.
That's actually a pretty even matchup in my opinion.
Right now, oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
one could say that. Yeah,
Brennan, I don't even want to talk about A&M. Like people, like I said last week, I don't think A&M is that good. These guys were down 27 at home to South Carolina, and they beat them by 1. Let's be honest with ourselves.
yeah, they
And
did. That was bad.
Army Sucker says they beat unseeded BYU. BYU had no business being in the top 10, right? Uh, and Kaysen, listen, I want to talk about OU real quick,
Ooh,
and Kaysen's gonna like this. Remember last year we said the Texas OU game doesn't matter from a win loss perspective.
it does.
It doesn't. OU lost to Texas.
Yeah,
They're in the playoff hunt, and Texas is not.
yeah, yeah.
Red River, Red River doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter if you win. The reason why
And,
OU was bad last. Look at Alabama. Alabama beat Auburn last year, right?
mhm,
Alabama beat. Alabama didn't make the playoffs because they lost to OU.
yeah,
Texas is not. Look, people want to talk about, and this is going to go. We've already given our predictions, and I really want to talk about like 35 seconds. Actually, like 2 minutes. 35 seconds, 2 minutes. Same thing, right? People want to argue about how if Texas didn't schedule Ohio State, and if Texas doesn't lose to Ohio State, they're probably a top 10 team. If
right.
Texas doesn't freaking lose to Florida, we're not having this conversation. We're not having this conversation. If Texas doesn't lose to Florida,
Yeah,
guess where Texas is this week? Maybe
Maybe,
number 9.
maybe 9. Yeah,
Maybe 9, right? Maybe
yeah,
9,
yeah,
8, right?
possibly.
That Ohio State game helps Texas, doesn't hurt them.
Yeah.
The loss to
To be fair, even with the loss this year, it's helped them out a lot. 'Cause
Brady said Arches buns. Brady, you need to go watch some more football, right? Because I don't think you know what you're talking about. And to you ain't going to the playoffs. I don't think we're not saying they're going to the playoffs, Brennan. I need you to hear more. Take your Aggie ears, open them up a little bit more, and listen. We're not saying that Texas is not going to the playoffs. Not once did Tim and I said that. Neither of us have said that, right?
right.
But what I'm saying is Texas isn't going to the playoff because they lost Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Texas is not in the playoff hunt right now because we lost to 3-7 Florida or whatever their stupid record is. If Texas wins that game, they lose.
We still,
Billy Napier was fired 2 weeks earlier,
man.
right?
Yeah,
Like, this has nothing to do with Texas losing to Ohio State.
right.
But what's interesting to your point, if Texas and Brennan, I know you get like really get fiery, you Aggies, you guys get like really fiery when we say, oh, if Texas does this, right? Because we know how you guys love your situational things, right?
Mm-hmm.
If Texas manages to sneak into the playoffs as an 11 seed, which Tim, I'm telling you right now, Virginia's not going to end up as an 11 seed. They're just
No.
not. Virginia sucks, right?
Yeah,
There is a very, 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 very slim pathway for Texas to get there, right? But I don't care if they get there or not. Like that's not my
yeah.
focus.
No,
There is a slim pathway.
we don't think that they're getting in there unless something
They
crazy
would
is
have
happening. We both don't think they're.
they would have to go to Ole Miss in the first round. And I want they're not ready to go to Hotty Toddy, bro. I'm just telling you. Arch will be really distracted.
Not this team. Not this team.
Not this team.
Nope.
Yeah. And hey, listen, Texas University won't do shit. Listen, Brennan, Shelton, whatever your name is, until you can say the name of the team correctly and not use puns and TU and UT or whatever you call it, I don't take you seriously, my guy. You can call us whatever you want, but I don't take you seriously, my guy. I'm sorry. I appreciate you coming in here. Um, but Tech is not better than A&M. I don't think Tech. I think Tech and A&M are the same team too. Like, I don't. There's not an elite team in Texas. BYU and Utah are your solid wins for Texas Tech. No, they're not. No, they're not. BYU played the only good game that the only good team that BYU has played is Tech, and they got dog walked. Utah played Tech as well. I think did Utah play Tech? Yeah, Utah played Tech
Right. Yeah.
early in the season. I was in Vegas that week.
Yeah.
I bet on Utah that game, and
Yeah.
they got dog walked. So no, BYU and Utah are solid wins for Tech. No, they're not because they both are not very good.
No.
Utah went on to lose. Who did Utah lose to?
Utah has had quite a few. Maybe they had one more loss.
We mix the Big 12 cannibalizing each other. We mistake that for these teams being right. Utah lost to BYU as well.
They're 8-2. They're 8-2.
Yeah.
Their losses was to Tech. They lost
Exactly.
34-10.
Yep.
And then Utah lost to BYU 21-24, which was a great game. The Holy War was a good game.
The Holy War was a great game. Now
Yeah.
I will give it. They did put Cincinnati in their place, right? But here's the
Yeah.
other ones they had. They beat Arizona State, who's not very good.
Right.
West Virginia's terrible. Wyoming's terrible. Cal Poly's terrible. UCLA's terrible. Colorado sucks. Baylor's terrible. The only two tests that they've really had were Tech and BYU, and they lost both of them.
Right.
So don't give me this lip service that Utah's a good team. I wanted Utah to be good, but they're not good.
Right.
Right. And so no, I disagree that BYU and Utah are good football. Texas A&M has the hardest schedule out of everyone. Texas A&M hasn't played anybody with the head coach. I don't care who Texas A&M plays. Like they want to be so quick about how bad Texas' schedule was. A&M has played one team with their original head coach.
Yeah.
So I don't think Texas A&M is that good. I just don't.
Anyway, moving along. You got anything else?
No. Who is this? Ariel Lee says okay. Oh well. Okay, Ariel. Okay. She says, "Oh, that's all she said. It was okay." So I just had to respond with "okay."
All right.
Nothing to say. LOL because they beat them, so they fired their head coach. No, some of those teams had already fired their head coaches. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
When you played Florida, Billy Napier was already gone. What are we saying? Missouri, they were on their third string quarterback. And you only beat them because they stopped running the ball for some weird reason.
That was weird. Yeah.
You gave up almost 300 rushing yards to Missouri.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they have one really good running back, but A&M last week, dude, Lenore Sellers was running circles around A&M for an entire half.
Yeah, he was. He looked like a Heisman candidate. He looked like a straight up.
It's a bad South Carolina team.
Yeah.
You needed the most miraculous. You needed Shane Beamer to fall on his face, which we expected to do in order for you to win that game. If it wasn't for Shane Beamer, we're potentially talking about A&M being like number 10.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you lose that game,
you fall far. That's not something where you might drop a couple steps if if A&M was up and then South Carolina comes back in and makes the game interesting at the end of the game.
Right.
They would have fallen to like 10 or 11. They wouldn't have fallen out of the playoff, but they would be at the back end.
Y'all gonna make me crash out on this TikTok because y'all been quiet for over an hour and now y'all want to talk.
Dude.
Armin Slacker says since Texas left the Big 12, they can't compete. Texas literally was in the SEC title game 365 days ago. Texas was literally in the college football semifinal, one play away from the national championship a little under a year ago, right? Yeah. Justin, how do you explain the Florida game? If you were here like 35 seconds ago when I said Texas is not in the playoff race because they lost to Florida, that should explain the Florida game.
Right.
We're not in the playoff. We're not in the playoff mix because we lost to Ohio State or because we lost to Georgia. We're not in the playoff mix because we lost to Florida. If you don't lose to Florida, Texas is probably sitting at 9 right now, 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Right. And what's going to be the excuse when they beat Texas? I don't think. Spoiler alert. I think Arkansas has a better chance of beating Texas than A&M does. Hot take. I just don't think Texas A&M is that good. Listen, this is an A&M team that couldn't score a single point on their home field versus Texas. You're like this like gaslit like, whoa, look at the Kyle Field, like everybody hates coming to the whatever you guys the Aggie yell, like everybody hates it. It's like the worst place to play. And you couldn't score a single point. Yeah, and I'm not fully okay. That was last year. 6 days ago, they were down 30-3 to South Carolina at home. What are we talking about?
2-6 South
They had
Carolina.
no offensive touchdowns for a quarter against South Carolina. That's it. Let me hop up. Let's debate. I'd rather have Tim on the TikTok live and not over YouTube for us to do that. I think we might do some like debate streams. Probably heading into we might do it. We might jump on and do a live heading into A&M, right? Next week is going to be a little funky. We'll figure out what to do. We have been live for over an hour, so we probably need to jump off here. But listen, Little Cowboys, we appreciate it. Love the engagement. Would appreciate you liking the live, giving us a follow. That'd be awesome. Listen, this is what this is all about, right? Fan Battle Sports, Longhorn Fan Battle is all about battling, other fan bases, right? It's all about talking trash respectfully, right? That's the idea of the network. When I started this network with my buddies, that's essentially what we talked about, right?
Yeah.
Good night. Great show. Ariel says good night. Hey, that means we got to get out of here because someone says good night.
Yes, sir.
So we need to go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, the squeaky chair does have to go. I will get a new chair. I promise. I appreciate it. Thank you for letting me know that, Huffam. I just transitioned offices from upstairs to downstairs last week, so I'm working on getting a new chair. I appreciate it. But anyway, Tim, anything else you got to say before we get out of here?
Nope. But I just my confidence in this team is shot. It is shot, especially the way. If like I said before, if Georgia, if it's a close game, none of this stuff that we're talking about plays a picture. Like none of it was factor. I still think Texas would have been outside, but they had an opportunity to get inside with, of course, a dominant win over A&M. Maybe there's a couple of slip ups. Maybe Miami loses. Not Miami. Maybe one of the top 5 teams loses or top 10 team loses. Then we could kind of sneak in there. But right now, I have absolutely no confidence in this team. Yeah. I do think they are super talented, and I think that is what's going to carry them through this week.
They're young. It's a young football team.
Yep.
Right. And maybe we'll learn something. Brett says Arkansas money line. Hey, Brett, listen, I didn't hit any money lines when I was in Vegas. So if you want to take the Arkansas money line, be my guest. I don't even know what the odds are on that. So I think the spread. What is the spread?
I have no idea.
Is Texas is favored by. I want to say it's like low, like 4.5, 3.5. Oh yeah, 8. Oh, whoa! Hey, I wouldn't take the money line. I might take the points though. Texas is favored by 8.5. I might take the points on that one. I might take Arkansas plus 8.5 on that one. But yes, DTO M22. Yeah, we just need to focus on Arkansas. We'll do that. We'll worry about A&M Monday when we come on next week.
Yep.
Tim, let's get out of here, man. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at Tim Wayne. You can find me at Longhorn Fan Battle Podcast on Twitters and the socials. Appreciate everybody coming through on the lives there, being super energetic, keeping the thing going here. Shout out to the YouTube crew and the Twitter crew. We really do appreciate that. Like you said, we have a lot to look forward to, and other sports, not just necessarily football, but basketball is picking up. We are picking up recruits in basketball on men's and women's basketball, so that's going to be fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Some winning programs with
Oh,
some winning coaches. So I'm looking forward to that. Harish, where can they find you?
hey, find me on Twitter at the Uncle Gandhi. Find us both here. Obviously, every Thursday night we'll be live on TikTok. We'll be live on YouTube. We'll do more live shows as we transition into basketball season. We'll be focused in conference play coming up. Shout out to Vic Schaefer, Addison Yorn, who's one of the top prospects in the 2026 women's
Yep.
basketball class. Commits to the University of Texas. Uh, you get Aaliyah Crump last year into this year. She's been great. I think Texas women's basketball is set up for a Final Four run. Uh,
Yep.
and I can tell Vic Schaefer took into heart the weaknesses of this basketball team last year. He went and got some shooting, man. And I think this Texas team is going to be even special, right? You got Madison Booker a year removed from the ACL, so she's not as not Madison Booker,
Mhm.
uh, Rory Harmon a
Roy,
year
yeah, Roy, Roy.
Yep, a year removed from her ACL injury, so she's playing with a lot of confidence again. And I'm just excited, man. I'm just really excited for this Texas basketball team. Um, Currently projected, obviously the season just started, but preseason projected to be a number one seed
Yeah,
uh, in the Sacramento region. I
yeah,
hope they can get the number one seed in the Fort Worth region because I'd like to go check them out. But we'll cover all that. Uh, B says we not seeing LSU reach, man. B, let me tell you what, bro. LSU ain't ready to see Texas. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that right now, bro. I have so much confidence in this Texas women's basketball team. And we will find out on January 11th. But let's get out of here. Uh, Tim, you let us know where we can find you. I'll let you know where they can find us. We did all our things. Any final thoughts as we get out of here?
now, man.
Cool. Awesome. Well, hey, my name's Harish. You guys can't see him on TikTok, but this is my guy. This is my guy, Tim. We're out of here. Peace.
Peace. Okay, bro.